Bits and bytes, more like shreddies. Welcome to Must Be Nice. I am your host, Evan Mumford, and this is episode 8 with Patrick Boyle, Dr. Patrick Boyle, and he is bringing slang, or maybe kind of dialect and language and slang all in one nice basket, and it was so fun. You guys are going to love this interview. I hope you guys are doing well. I have tonsillitis, apparently. I've been very sick this last week. It's just the fatigue, the fever, the chills. I had the whole package there, and it was a bummer. I just found out a couple days ago that I have tonsillitis, which is a weird thing to have as an adult, but it's okay. I feel a lot better now. I had a pretty good weekend where I slept for most of it, but I was still able to do shows. I was hosting Heckler's Bar and Grill on Friday night. That was really fun. The sleeps this weekend were crazy. The fever dreams were real. I had a dream where I went grocery shopping with Stephen Page from the Bare Naked Ladies, and we had like an eggplant thing. I got out of bed again Sunday. I did a show at Wheelie's, which was really fun. I wore guys' glasses on stage for most of my set, which I feel kind of bad about taking his glasses for the majority of his set because he couldn't. They were quite prescripted, and he probably couldn't see anything for my whole set. So I apologize to that gentleman. Last night, myself and a few other Victoria comedians performed at the Sartlip First Nations Health Center, and one of the comedians was actually Pat Boyle, who's on this episode. It was a really fun night. I had to try not to swear because there's children there, which is always educational at the least. But it was a really fun show. Very glad we went out there. It was really cool. That's enough about me, though. I think we really need to get on to this episode. This episode is canon already. This is a classic. This has the feeling of a Stone Cold classic all over it. The music on it is by a band called No Moss. I saw them play at a house show a couple of weeks ago, and they have this song called Body Shame. That's really cool, and we're going to close out the show with it because I think it's rad. Now, I shouldn't say, I sound like an idiot when I say the word rad, but I really like that word, so I apologize. The guest this evening is Patrick Boyle, and I know him through stand-up comedy primarily. He was there my first night. I walked in to an open mic, and he found out I was from the East Coast, and he bought me a beer, and Alexander Keith's, of course, and we chatted a bit, and he was very friendly, and I always look back fondly on that. He was very nice to me. Turns out he's a quasi-famous Canadian musician. He's a trumpet player. He has a doctorate. He teaches at University of Victoria. This man is very accomplished. But I don't know much about that stuff. I just think he is so incredibly funny, and his improv skills are quite something to be envious of for sure. So I hope you guys enjoy this interview. We're gonna get right into it. This is Patrick Boyle bringing slang. Must be nice. Goodbye.
If you wanna go to a movie tonight, there's really just one restriction. 'Cause if you wanna go to a movie, girl, give me science fiction. Science fiction. Give me science fiction. Science fiction. Give me science fiction.
Hello, citizens. I hope you are happy. I hope you are smart now. You have an education system. I hope you guys are chatting with one another, and more importantly, have you guys been to the bunker? Have you been to the art bunker? My goodness, it transcends the city. If you really want to leave, psychologically, you go to this bunker, and it will take you to a place, man. I really saw the limits of my imagination being in that bunker. We shouldn't have put it down there. It's quite dark and scary, but it makes you think. It works up a couple things. What I recommend you do is you see a Rathball game. You think you're happy. You think life makes sense. You know, you've got Rathball, you've got air and buildings, but then you go to the art bunker and it kind of flips everything on its head. So I want you guys to check it out if you haven't already. But I know what you're thinking, Evan. We need clean water. The holes in the ground aren't doing it. We need food aside from poutine. And I've been listening. So I have today. So this person came to me. He says, I have something crucial to your city, something very important. So welcome, Patrick Boyle. What are you bringing? What's so important?
He's bringing slang and dialect.
Slang and dialect. Now, let me make something clear here. This may not seem important to a lot of people. My citizens might hear you say slang and dialect.
Hello, citizens. By the way, if you're hearing the sound of my voice,
Pat is a friend, and he's gonna help us out. I really believe he will. Can you?
yes, I can. What I don't know what the question is, but it is something likely pertaining to what I'm bringing today. I think the heart of any culture is its language, how people organize ideas and concepts, and how they transmit direct understanding to one another. So I'm interested, what does this city sound like? How do people talk?
Okay, I can define that for you already.
Please.
We kind of, as a city, we sound like Hal from Space Odyssey.
Oh, yeah.
It's just kind of a moaning robot.
I gotcha.
Right?
Did you know that HAL, it's HAL?
Right.
And then if you go ahead one letter, you get IBM. Isn't that crazy?
Really?
H to I,
What happens
A to B, L to M.
when I do HAL and I go for another piece of bread, I get IBS. Look at that, folks. Citizens, your mayor's still a funny guy. We're still doing well. Sorry, I don't mean to cut you off, Pat Boyle.
You're not cutting me off
I
at
don't
all.
know. I've been introduced this guy, Pat Boyle.
Hi, everybody.
You spent the day with everyone, didn't you?
I really like your town.
Yeah.
I heard that people actually weren't very polite and forthcoming with knowledge and heart. But I saw a lady going down. I mean, it could have been a man, but I think it was a lady going down the street with a baby in a stroller, and a gentleman was smoking, and he asked this lady if he could smoke directly into the baby's face.
That's right.
Which I understand is a law here. You have to smoke in babies' faces.
You are welcome to smoke in a baby's face, and to me that represents what the city is. No one has done it yet. Does that say something about the citizens?
And now is that the town motto?
No one has done it yet. It's in the front running. I'll put it that way.
Wow, town mottos are important.
Where are you from in the old world?
I'm from Mount Pearl, Newfoundland, but I now live in Esquimalt, where the town motto is currently "Place of Shoaling Waters." But it used to be Esquimalt, British Columbia. What's a T for? I'm from Newfoundland, and being from Newfoundland or Nova Scotia, people sometimes might make fun of how you talk and certain phrases and sounds that you might have
Constantly.
Yeah, and one of the things I hate is when people come up to me and they say, "Hey, you don't sound like you're from Newfoundland." And I that bothers me because it first of all, like, do you want me to sound like a 17th century whaler?
Yeah, exactly right. Number one, I do want you to sound like that. But I get that. I had that 3 times this week.
Yeah,
when I expressed that I'm from Nova Scotia, they're like, "You don't sound like we're poor."
Right. Yeah, exactly. And of course, there is a sound. I'm not saying that people from Newfoundland sound a certain way, but first of all,
yes,
people from Newfoundland and Nova Scotia, like it's not a singular dialect. There are innumerable different ways of speaking just from one particular place.
Before we get ahead of ourselves, though,
yes, I'm sorry.
Even for my own purposes, can you define dialect a bit better?
Boy, I didn't really think of
Is it like a twinge in your voice? Is it a cadence thing? What exactly?
I think it's both of those things. It's perhaps like I should ask before I define this. Is the language of your town English?
There are people from the old world that do speak different languages. We've agreed to speak English just for formality's sake. So we're not all tied to it. I'll put it that way.
There could be one language and many ways with which to speak it, and some would be particular to a geographical place.
Geographical place.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm interested in how I'm interested in just what are the turns of phrase. It doesn't even need to be like a massive linguistic experiment here. What are some turns of phrase? So I heard one, if you don't mind my bringing it up.
Oh, absolutely.
In your town already.
Absolutely.
So there was a phrase, I forget which guest brought this to bear, but of burning down a water park. I heard about this.
This would have been Ryan Steele,
Right.
who introduced the spying program,
Right.
and he tried to do some crazy stuff about cartoon physics. But
Cartoon physics.
yeah,
of
he
course.
hasn't been back.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, but yes,
Well,
you're right. Burning down a water.
Burning down the
slide.
water park. See, to me, that's like, okay, that might be what people in this town say when something is like useless. Like, oh God, you're just like you're trying to burn down the water park. You know, or like if you're all fumbly or butterfingers, oh geez, I'm burning down the water park here.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, so that's it should be of the place. I mentioned about a man I saw blowing smoke in a baby's
In the
face.
baby's face, that's right.
That could be a phrase in this town for like something that's really easy. Like,
Oh, it's just like blowing smoke in a
it's like
baby's
smoke
face.
blowing. It's like you're supposed to do it. It's like it's like oh, blowing smoke in a baby's face. Yeah, I'm turning on my wipers. It's raining.
Yeah, yeah.
You know.
Dialect is geographic in nature.
Yes, a little bit. I guess. I mean, these aren't technical. I mean, if there's actual, cunning linguists listening to this program, I'm not interested in.
Sorry, if there's any kind of linguist in the building, you're looking at him, bud.
I'm looking away from him.
My city is built on a piece of land that's never been developed, or no one has really lived here as a people before.
True, that is correct.
So when you talk about dialect, and aren't you talking about settlers mixing with the people who are already there, or mixing with the people who are coming?
So I'll try to answer your question.
Okay.
So the thing that I don't like about dialect is that again, as I mentioned, people say, oh, you don't sound like you're from Newfoundland. Well, I think lots of people from lots of different places can sound different ways. It's not a
Yes.
strict thing. Language evolves. Now we're speaking in emoticons and emojis and stuff, and basically like the new hieroglyphics.
Or
as it
if you're
were.
my father, you speak in only one letter. Okay. But yes, point taken for sure.
Yeah.
Language evolves.
So
Or
if-
de-evolves, possibly.
maybe.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it's just about communicating. It
Right.
doesn't really matter. Like if have you ever tried to learn another language?
I absolutely.
Right.
Well, there's two different things. When I was in school, I was from Nova Scotia.
Right.
French was heavily kind of pushed
Sure.
on us, but
Yeah.
we were all too not interested in it, which I regret heavily. But
Mm-hmm.
when I got older, I tried to learn Cantonese.
Oh yeah.
For sure, university, I was so kind
Mm-hmm.
of bored. But I never, man, like it's so easy now. You have these apps in the old
Right.
world, and you can learn languages theoretically quite easy.
Duolingo is one. Oh, can I mention a sponsor? No, they're not a sponsor. Can I mention a brand name?
You
on the
actually,
air?
I want my citizens to know of this stuff. Yeah,
Okay.
mention that for sure.
Duolingo is an interesting one. I
heard
have that an app on my phone. I'm learning another language right now. Which one? It's not important. It's not important.
Okay.
I mean, well, I don't want to get sidetracked. That's all.
yeah.
I find that easy. Sidetracked. See, that's perfect. What does sidetrack mean? It doesn't mean distracted, but yes, it does mean distracted.
I thought it meant the tracks on your tracksuits. Those are your side tracks.
don't-
And maybe I come from like more of like an 80s hip hop kind of era,
I
but
like it. Yeah. That's why you're folding your arms and looking at me from behind right now. Yeah. So, yeah, that was apps, I guess.
No, well, you're talking about language. You've asked me if I ever tried to learn a new language,
Yes.
and passively I have through school, and I tried really hard on my own, which didn't work out. And I regret both.
But I think the worst thing someone can do when you're trying to learn a language or just fit in, it doesn't really relate exactly to learn another language. You just want to get a point across. Like you're just trying to let someone know what you want to say.
Mm-hmm.
So I would like to know what the citizens of this town, in fact, and not only would I like to know what they would like to,
Yes.
I'd like to perhaps suggest a couple things. So burning down the water park.
Burning down the water park.
Smoking a baby's face.
Give me, sorry, I want to go backtrack. Give me a good example of burning down the water park.
Okay, so you're trying to burn down the water park. Let's say, perfect example.
Mm-hmm.
You're at a grocery store, and I don't know if there's one in this town yet, but there will be probably.
Hopefully.
Grocery store, and you're like, I'm not going to get a cart or a basket. I just need a couple things. Pretty soon, you've got a carton of milk,
Yeah.
a stick of butter,
Oh, yeah.
loaf of bread, carton of eggs, a few passion fruit, whatever you normally buy at a store. And then you have your arms full and stuff's like falling around. You're like, someone comes up to you and says, dude, you're trying to burn down the water park. You're making it too
Interesting.
complicated.
Okay.
Yeah.
That explains it way better. I like that a lot.
Yeah, it's just a futile effort.
Right.
Just look at it, zoom out, look at this again. What are you really trying to do?
You're smoking while trying to drink. Come on, bud.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
burn down the water park.
Yeah. And it's not a mixed metaphor. It's like, really, if you try to burn down, look at it, what it is exactly is. Try to burn down a water park full of water, etc.
Absolutely. That's
Dumb
very
idea.
good.
Right.
I want to say something quickly before we jump ahead forward. I'm on track. I'll get us back there. But you had mentioned language communication. This is a personal thing that really bothers me.
Right.
Is I can generally, if I wanted to, I can write articulately. I feel I went to university.
Yeah.
When I'm texting my friends or messenger, I'm just like, "Sup? Yeah, I'll be there, bro." Like,
Right.
and there are some people who are still like really worried about grammar in those situations.
Really interesting.
Language is communication.
That's right.
I'm going to be here. Then why do you need me to put semicolons?
Yes.
You know,
In fact, a great example. I don't think people use the semicolon correctly ever. So let's just abandon it. I think
Right?
it might be just too useless to and especially in quick, fast communications. I hate when people get
a semicolon would theoretically replace an end, like an A and D.
where have I woken up? Oh, I'm on a podcast. Sorry.
You want to introduce a slang?
Yeah, and I got a couple specific ideas. I don't know what the slang will be, but I'll bounce them off of Mr. Mayor. So
Thank you.
where I see slang working well is two places. And maybe if we accomplish this today, I will say, you know what? I think we burned down the water park.
We've done too much.
So if you've done well,
Yes.
you could also say that. Oh, nah,
Oh, because you can spin an old phrase into a new phrase. Absolutely.
Right,
yes.
right. So I think we need a couple words maybe, and see how it goes. We're throwing them out. See if the citizens take it up, then it works. It's not it's not doctrine.
Oh, it's not
It's
doctrine.
not top down.
No, absolutely, it's not top down.
We need a concept, linguistic concept for cool, like what's good, even cool. See, just the way I said it, you already know that I mean good. Like something that's like, hey man, cool car.
Yeah.
If someone is like, somebody you don't want to hang out with,
Right.
like a jerk. Or
He's a
dick
jerk.
or something, like
He's
something.
gross.
Yeah, like just some like a ugh. No, not this person.
Don't like him.
So I'll throw it out to you. Like what your citizens far better than I do. Like what right now do you think citizens like, and how can that perhaps be slang?
Right.
Slanged?
So what would be the quote unquote maybe car that you were referring to? What would be like something that could be cool?
Something that's like, wow, I'd really like that. I admire it because it is subversive.
Yeah.
And it represents something
Can I
that
say
I want to
something?
be a part of.
Can I say something?
Yes.
I didn't need your permission. I'm being nice to you.
Thank you, Mayor.
So what happened here was Chelsea brought in an art gallery.
Loved it.
You went to it today?
I did. In fact, it's the Contemporary Gallery. I call it the Con Gal. So that's what I think the Contemporary Gallery is now called, the Con Gal.
Interesting. Communication. I still get that point.
You still get it. I was at the Con Gal today. Really enjoyed the exhibit by what's the name of that artist?
Paula Dean.
Paulo Dean.
Paulo Dean.
Paulo Dean.
Yeah. Paulo Dean. He's an old
Great Irish artist. Yes, I've of course. A lot of Celtic knots are so great. Lower back art. It was wonderful.
Oh, that's very funny. We have the art gallery. You love slang, man. I want to propose. We have a system of police here called the Buck Boys. All right.
Perfect. Now, is that their official designation? I'm unsure.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So when you go to the building, does it say Buck Boy?
Buck Boy. You answered your own question.
I did.
Yes.
Right.
I'm fascinated with buildings and architecture. So I've constructed a Buck Boys Palace. I should have called it headquarters, probably.
Palace is it's a bit rich.
Yeah, a little. Yeah, you go inside there.
Right.
Yeah. But Buck Boys, from all citizens' accounts, they're not aggressive. They're kind of they're taking care of business, BTO style, Christmas version.
Right, of course.
Yeah.
Extended solo.
Yeah. So things are going well, but I need you to have maybe a slang gang.
Slang gang for what you call the Buck Boys. So that actually answers my question.
Yes.
So the police enforcement unit here are called the Buck Boys.
The Buck Boys.
And I just said police enforcement unit. Why don't we call them the Pews? Are like Pews? Like, oh man, the Pews are all over me. You know what I mean?
Oh,
does that make sense? Is this getting too inside now?
No.
Okay,
In the old system, old world, cops are referred to as pigs.
Right, sure.
Cops even is a slang.
Well, do you know what cop stands
No,
for?
I actually don't.
So people are called cops are called cops because that's a slang for constable on patrol. That's why.
Oh,
they're,
okay. Yeah.
You're welcome, citizens.
Interesting.
Yeah. Oh, wait. I can hear them writing that down. I can. That's wonderful.
Oh, well, they'll be if this goes well and goes according to plan, I will make an official document of slang and how to use them.
Well, now
you don't like. You don't
I
like.
know I respect whatever the mayor wants. The
Yes.
mayor gets.
Yeah, that's right.
I could have sung that, but I didn't.
Yeah.
I think it's great when language just kind of evolves. So like sup, you just said you
Sup.
know, so if you say sup to someone, you don't mean hey, let's gather for an evening meal. You mean what is up? And
Unless I
that-
type slurp. That's like, hey, do you want to hang out and
Yes.
get some food?
yeah.
But sup, you're right. It's like, hey, I'm currently not doing anything of importance. Are you doing anything of importance?
Yeah.
Do you want to meet up?
So maybe in addition to something for cool and maybe something for like, ooh, who's a not nice person? What's just a general like, hey, how's it going? So I moved to British Columbia about 8 years ago.
Yes.
And I say, how's it going? Like in Newfoundland, it's a common thing. Hey, how's it going?
How's it going?
And people say, not bad, which I love in Newfoundland. It's like, we're going to negatively define something. Like, I am not bad. I won't tell you how I am, but I am not bad. Here, you say, how's it going to someone in British Columbia? Holy shit. Like, how's it going? It's going.
Oh,
Thank you. Thank you very much.
that's a very good point.
I hate when people do that here.
Province to or coast to coast.
Coast to coast to coast. Don't forget the top one.
The top one, of course. We do answer that question differently in each province.
Right.
You know?
See, I love that about the East Coast, especially too, because and maybe this is what we want the citizens here of you. Have one foot in the East Coast, and the other foot in a very tall cake. Oh, I want the whole thing. Give me the whole thing later. So when you say, how's it going to someone on the East Coast? That's like a superficial thing. And I mean that in a good way. You don't really care how someone's doing. You don't care what they're doing. I'm acknowledging you. What do the citizens of this town say when they want to engage with one another on a way? Do you have any ideas?
Do I have any ideas about that? Right now, it's kind of a gaunt head nod, but it's not. Doesn't do anything.
No, you just did it.
Yeah.
It's done. Now it's done. Gaunt. You
Gaunt.
just said gaunt. I don't know why. It doesn't matter. But slang, language doesn't need to make sense. It communicates. Let's make a, hey, what's up?
Yeah.
Being gauntcha. No, I'm serious. You start the show, gauntcha, citizens. Gauntcha.
Gauntcha,
And people are like,
citizens.
well, why do we say gauntcha? Well, there was that time that guy
Yeah.
was part of the missive with the mayor.
But what you're suggesting, if I start each broadcast with gauntcha citizens, you believe just that word being in the atmosphere,
It could be.
people are going to pick up on it. Citizens are going to pick up on this.
It could be. I'm here. My role today
Yes.
is to allow that.
Because you don't articulate that, do you? You don't articulate. I'm not going to be like gauntcha citizens, which means
Well, that's the formal version. If you're trying to address someone that you don't know very well, you say
Yeah.
gaunt. Yeah. But gauntcha, it's someone you don't know very well. But like,
Yeah.
gauntcha. You know,
Gauntcha.
you're at the store. It means hello. And it's the aloha of this town.
gauntcha.
Yeah. Gauntcha. Gaunt. Yeah. You got to get the gaunt. Otherwise, people think, gotcha. I'm doing
Gauntcha.
yes. You can see my finger gun that
Absolutely.
I'm doing at the mayor right now. Gauntcha.
Gauntcha. Oh, you know what's fun? I don't hate it. Gauntcha.
I don't
It
love
sounds
Actually,
almost like
it's 12.5% less funny every time
every
I say
time
it.
you say it.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, we're gonna put a pin in that for now. Burning down the water park, citizens. Thank you for staying with us there. I do apologize for the radio quality there. I know we dropped out there for a bit, but we are back.
It's humid. I think it's the humidity.
It's the humidity. It's the lack of kind of warmth and nutrition.
In Newfoundland, when things are really humid, there's two words that I love. It's like, oh, geez, boy, it's very close. It's very close. I hear that a lot. And also, mozzie. Which I think is I think I've seen spelled. Please, listeners, write in and let me know. I think it's Malzy. It's mozzie. It's a silent L.
Interesting.
It means it's like humid and sticky and gross.
Yeah, which is also that works perfectly because Morrissey is also that translates to human, sticky, and gross. So.
Man, there's so many tattoos I regret.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Yeah. This is perfect. I'm very happy because we got things going again, and Pat is so generous with his time. He's a slang man, and I want to talk about that a bit more with him.
Yeah,
because citizens, I think we need to talk about swear words.
how do you sound when you stub your toe, guys? That's interesting to me.
What that is that's a kind of response, a quick adrenaline response.
Yes.
You say a fuck.
Yes.
You say a shit.
Right.
And then that's almost like Tourette'sy. It just comes out just without thinking.
You don't even. It's like, oh fuck, like it's like the first thing.
What is that?
I don't know. And then maybe if you're around people that you don't want to swear around, like, oh fudge or sugar, those ones. I remember hearing those.
Yeah.
I don't know. I hope you don't think that I am an expert. I mean, I am a doctor. I'm not a real doctor, but I'll have a look. it's still funny. But I do wonder, what if in this town is there? I mean, it could just be fucking shit and just the regular swear words that everyone else uses.
Those are fine.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
They've been here for years, and they mean lots of things. They're nouns, they're verbs, they're adverbs, they're adjectives. But what does this town say if they stub their toe or are upset at something or like someone cuts them off in traffic? If there's roads,
that's right. We need to. It's going to be harder with the older citizens, but with the young ones, we start instilling in them this kind of go-to.
Well, that's interesting because I guess to a lot of older people, like the word awesome probably is a weird thing because awesome used to mean like, oh my God, this storm is awesome. This awesome wave. And now like every fucking Sunday at Dairy Queen is awesome.
Well, number one, every Sunday at Dairy Queen is magical.
One time I went to a birthday party, like there was a friend had a birthday party at Dairy Queen and everyone else got like, okay, what do you want? Like, so you had like three choices, like chocolate, strawberry, and caramel or butterscotch, whatever. And like when it came to me, like, I'll have a peanut butter parfait. I want this $7 sundae, please. I gave you my afternoon. So
I went to a friend's birthday party at Dairy Queen. It was great. I was greeted there by Chris Hansen. Man, do people do adults go to Dairy Queen?
I drive by a Dairy Queen every day on the way to work.
Yeah.
I would really love to know what is the earliest purchase at a Dairy Queen that is not a pre-ordered cake. Like, has someone had a Dairy Queen hamburger at 10:30? I need to know this.
If a tree falls in the woods,
Does Bruce Coburn know that he has a silent CK in the middle of his name?
does he call himself Cockburn?
I would love to hear him being paged.
Oh, that's fun. Well, that's language. I mean, we're not really talking
Cockburn, party of two.
swear words. I mean, can we talk about the word fuck?
Yeah, sure.
Is that a slang? Are swear words slang?
Yeah, I think they totally are, and they're different in different places.
Because they're diversions of their original meaning.
Right. Well, we can talk about fuck if you want to, which is a very rare Man Without Hats B-side. But shag, for instance, in Newfoundland, we say, oh, fuck, I shagged that up.
Right.
Like meaning, I messed something up. But in England, shag means something completely different.
That's right. That's right. In my middle school dances, shaggy meant everything. Well, it's my understanding, and most of my knowledge base stems from misunderstanding, but I know this isn't true. It can't be true, but the word fuck.
Yes.
Fornicating under consent of king.
What?
Do not believe that's true, but the premise would be in the old days, you had to be like, hey, king, can I fornicate?
Didn't know.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
I don't think that's true, though, what I'm saying.
I don't know. Well, the cop thing was something we talked about. I mean, maybe some of them do come out of anagrams.
I'd be very
anagrams?
surprised.
Acronyms.
Yeah, acronyms.
You know what the trouble with acronyms is? They make you do all the work.
So you say a fuck, you say a shit when you stub your toe.
Right, but that, like, any town, that's like same in any town, including this one. City, town, whatever it is. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, city.
Is there something that means the same thing that also might have, like, there's different levels. Like, fuck is probably a bad swear word. Maybe?
Right, I
I
would
mean,
say
you hear
so.
lots of places. Like you wouldn't hear it on, like, say, CBC necessarily.
Right. Well, there's definitely a hierarchy of swear words.
I didn't see the George Carlin thing that I know everyone talks about. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, because I'm not a student of comedy.
Oh, the 7 words?
Yeah, that you can't say. I don't know all of them, but and that's not important. Well, or maybe it is. But what in this town do people say? So, okay, was it fornicating under consent of kings? Is that what it stands for?
I don't think that's what it stands for, but that's like that was at least an conspiracy at one point.
All right. Well, it's such a great word too, because you have to like start like here. Oh, I hope the audio is working, but I'm making an F sound, and it goes fuck. Very hard K.
That's right.
Yeah, it's a great. Just purely based on sound, it's a great word. It could have been so much more. But yet, actually,
do you
it is.
think?
It's all it could be, because it's a great word.
It's the ultimate word.
It really is. I did not mean to slander it. It is a fantastic word. It's
a
maybe
good
one of my
word.
favorite words.
Yeah, I try not to use it because I feel like it does have this degree of power, and that's another element of those words. Do you want those in your city at all? I mean, you do want to have words that, as far as communicating goes, will let someone know that you feel passionately or you're full of hate.
Yes, I think that's lost in it, Mayor. It's the idea that it can not only convey angst or physical or mental pain, but also joy. It's like, fuck,
Absolutely.
I got a parking space, or fuck, I'm divorced now. Like whatever you want it to be, it's what it means.
I don't know. Like, I don't know what we would use when you stub your toe.
Well, and maybe it's fine if this is our ultimate conclusion.
Yeah.
But if there's nothing better than that word, then it can't be supplanted in this society, which is fine.
That is fine. That is fine. I believe the old world did get some things right.
You know what would be fun? How is this town fixed on the social media? How are you guys fixed for Soch?
How we fix for Soch?
Soch.
There's no concept of social media.
But like, if someone had something that they wanted to contribute and say, "Hey, this could be a swear word," could they access you through the interwebs?
Oh, absolutely. So I'll explain this to you a bit further. I have a conduit.
Talk to me like I'm 4 years old.
Yes, I have a conduit man. My server, my slave, my everything, Evan. So he's known to collect messages throughout the day.
Right.
And I often let my citizens know anytime they can write me, they can see me. So if you want to let them know to get in touch with me about anything, any suggestions,
Right.
not going to be a problem.
Okay, great.
Not going to be a problem.
So the Soch is good. I had a teacher once. He was Italian, and he would always like cut off the last syllable. Like, "Hey, we need to have more discussion. My brother works in construction." Like, as though, like, wow, the time you've saved by ditching that last syllable. I mean, we're really hurtling towards the future here.
I don't know. That's stupid. That's a stupid thing to do. Is to drop the last syllable.
It's stupid, but people decide to do what they want to do, and that's the ultimate thing with the slang and the dialect. Like, I don't know if we're proving anything here today.
Well, I think we will. I think we're going to talk about this a bit further. You are from Newfoundland.
I am.
Obviously.
And it's Newfoundland. It's not Newfoundland. It's not Newfoundland. If I could use this as a bully pulpit.
Can you?
Yeah. It's understand Newfoundland. That's how it sounds. It's not Newfoundland. It's not Newfoundland. It's Newfoundland. Which maybe it's weird. Maybe people don't say Greenland. I say Greenland.
Yeah.
Maybe other people say Greenland or Iceland or Finland.
Right.
I don't know, but it's understand Newfoundland. Carry on. Yes, I am from there.
Newfoundland. That's a very good bulletin.
Yeah.
I feel like Canada in general is kind of not educated on the East Coast as much as they should be.
It's really true. Yeah, and fair enough. Like, but before moving to British Columbia, all I knew, in grade 6 with Mrs. Squires, I did a project on the Okanagan Valley.
Oh, no way!
And I would say every 8th conversation with my parents, my mom brings that fact up. "Oh, you live out in BC now. Remember that project you did in Okanagan?" Yeah, I do. Thank you very much. Did you take your pills?
I guess that's we're so far away from each other. I knew of the British Columbia from the band Gob.
Oh, Gob, yeah, right on.
Yeah, I was
very
like,
cool.
They were from like Duncan or something. Equally,
Right.
yeah. Anyway, so yeah, and being from Newfoundland, dialect is a big
Yes,
part of it.
very much.
People always reference it.
Yeah.
Nova Scotia has a hit of it, mostly actually towards Cape Breton. The closer it is to Newfoundland.
I feel very close to the citizens of Cape Breton and Nova Scotia overall, but Cape Breton is they're lovely.
There's a
people
bit
there.
more of a kind of province to province connection there, due to I guess the ferries run right next to each other. But
I've only taken that ferry once. In fact, I've never even gone to Port aux Basques. I've only done the long ferry once. Yeah. Anyway,
but what it is dialect is it's what you sound like.
yeah.
With these citizens, how would you tell these citizens to sound different?
Oh boy, we are really
Are we cooking?
we are cooking
We cooking?
with. We are cooking down the water park.
We're cooking down the water park, folks.
Yeah, that is interesting. So, okay, what are some Newfoundland things? All right. So in Newfoundland, we have sort of this inhaled affirmation that people talk about. I'll do it for you right now. So,
Okay.
Can you let's pretend we're having a different conversation. Let's just instantly go into like casual mode. Just ask me something or whatever, and I'll show you what it is in context. If
In
it was,
context.
If it was out of context, it would sound kind of weird. So
Okay.
go for it.
Pat, how you doing today?
Oh, I'm good. How you doing?
Oh, not too bad. How are you doing?
Yeah.
Right.
That thing. I mean, maybe I should have said like, geez, pretty hot out. Yeah, I'm inhaling, and I'm meaning yes.
Nova Scotia is the exact same thing.
really?
At least where I was from.
Where in Nova Scotia are you from?
I'm from Truro.
Are those charges expunged?
Are you talking about the time I robbed the sponge store? But no, I ran away from that one. We have the same thing. So ask me how my day was.
Mayor, how was your day?
Yep.
Right.
Ask me again.
Hey, how was your day?
You got any darts?
Dart. Oh, does dart mean cigarette, right?
Here we go. Dart is
Dart.
That's an East Coast.
Now, dart means cigarette. It also means
Yes.
very attractive lady. Boy, she's some dirt.
No.
Yes.
Well, okay, let's talk about this.
Yeah.
We talk about genitalia.
Nice sleep.
I'm a biology man, you know. Genitalia. This guy's a dick,
Right.
right? Oh,
Right.
he's a dick.
And that always means, it's a negative thing. No one says, "Oh, I just went volunteering with this dick." It doesn't really mean the same thing. Like you mean it as someone who you would very likely not like to spend any more time with you than you have.
Right.
To.
Right.
That was a very confusing sentence.
No, that makes sense. That guy's a dick. You're right. I mean, it is kind of the way you say it.
Yes.
Yeah, I played basketball with a bunch of dicks.
Oh my God. Or man, I was at the Department of Motor Vehicles, aka DMV, and man, are they a bunch of dicks?
Exactly.
Yeah, sure.
Why are we fascinated?
Yes.
He's a pussy.
Yeah. It's
Right.
always something about genitals, and
Right.
I mean, it's something not good. I agree. Yeah, I don't know why.
Gooch. He's a gooch.
Gooch,
We're
right?
getting weirder with it too as we get older.
Right. And then you find someone, well, like some people are even too afraid to say ass. And like, that guy's
yeah.
a real butt.
Yeah.
Like, oh, come on.
Oh,
All right.
come on.
All right, pastor. Go to
Someone
bed at 7
called me a
o'clock.
butt.
Right. That's dumb.
I'm robbing them.
Yeah.
I know I can do that. I know I could easily rob them.
Yeah, precisely. So that you've really raised an excellent point. So then, are there any genitalia specific references in this town that would also equate meaning someone you don't want to hang out with?
Well, that's what's so interesting
Right.
because right now we've all agreed in the initial contract, sexuality,
Right.
though it exists, is not something we're going to explore yet. So genitalia at this moment, nothing wrong with sexuality, but genitalia is truly just
You heard it here first, folks.
what's the town motto? We haven't done that.
We haven't done that
We
yet.
haven't done that yet. What it is it's we have body parts.
Right.
You got your penises.
Right.
You got your butts.
Right.
But they're not smashing together yet.
Right.
So right now the word dick is like that's just a body part.
Right.
Oh, you're a dick? Oh, yeah, you're an elbow. That word is meaningless in this new world how I want it to be.
Okay. Great. Okay. I got, and I think a lot of these words need to be really short.
Right.
Like really short, probably with a hard K on the end. So, cloak. Oh,
Cloak.
Cloak. That already is something. It's a cape, which by the way, I love yours.
Thank you. Are you talking about my emotional one or my physical one?
The physical one you're wearing right now.
Yes.
I don't know how many bedazzlers you broke. Getting those intricate Celtic knots on the back.
You call it a cape, I call it a bed sheet.
You call it a cape. I call it a lifestyle. So, Kurg.
That guy's a real Kurg.
He's a real Kurg.
Why is it so? You're literally angry.
I moved the K sound to the front of the word, and I have an sound, which means angry, and I cut it off with a G sound. I could have also made it an SH sound, so like a Kurg.
I don't know.
It's too long
man.
already. It's too long
I don't
already.
know.
Yeah.
It's.
Kurg. Like, look at those fucking Kurgs.
Do you like the way Kurg sounds?
Do I like? How can I not love how it sounds?
So Kurg would be
Means like, oh my Kurg burns when I pee.
So it is genitalia.
Could be.
Okay.
I mean, lots of things.
Okay. How would
my
I
car is such a Kurg. It never starts when I need it to.
The mayor's a real Kurg. Well, they wouldn't be saying that, probably.
He's dumber than a bag of Kurgs.
Can you spell Kurg? I'm going to get my
I
assistant.
think it could be.
Evan? Okay. How do you spell it?
Well, I was originally thinking Kerg, but I think it could probably work with a Kurg or a Kirg. It's pretty versatile. So, do we have a?
What we have
Yes.
is what I've been responded to by a note by my servant Evan is Kurg by multiple spellings.
Yes.
Are not real words.
Well, perfect.
They're like I found some like sci-fi Dungeons and Dragons characters
Right.
loosely related.
Uh-huh.
But I think Kurg is up for the taking.
Oh, that's incredible. This is really, we
I
couldn't
think
ask for any. So Kurg, let's see where it goes. I mean, unless you're really strict on the doctrine, which is fine by me, but I'm coming here saying Kurg can mean a statement of exasperation, an expression of any genitalia right now, or a description of someone you'd rather not hang out with that you had to for a little while.
You had
Like,
to, yeah.
Yeah. Like, oh, my brother, he's such a Kurg.
He's such a Kurg. Now, I am a man of documentation.
Mm-hmm.
Can we get an official spelling? How would you like to spell this officially?
Let's go with Kerg. And I'll tell you why. Like when I think of I actually think of ER first as opposed to I don't know if the viewers at home with high-end headphonery.
I will say this. Kurg, Kerg, is in the Urban Dictionary.
Oh, no.
As someone who is pretentious and annoying.
Oh no, that's actually already too close to
That's
what we
too
meant.
close.
It's too close. I did not know this.
Can I say this?
Let's see.
This is on Urban Dictionary
Mm-hmm.
with only 4 votes. We're going to ruin this. We're taking this word. We're going to out Kurg with them.
Yeah,
I'm
fuck
taking
those
Kurg.
fuck those Kurgs.
Those guys are real
Urban Dictionary.
Kurgs, man.
Yeah.
They're real Kurgs. Trash.
Yeah.
We're using Kurg, officially citizens. I will get the document written up, but Kurg is Kerg.
We're going to kick their Kurgs to the curb.
That's right. I'm going to Kurg stomp you, man.
Oh, we could also overdub classic movies like The Breakfast Club. I'll knock your Kurg in the dirt. That's the principal from The Breakfast Club. I'm sorry, do you have movies in this town yet?
We've all seen those movies. Absolutely.
I had dinner with John Capellos, who is the janitor on The Breakfast Club. That's actually true.
Goodness.
Yeah.
Was it a good time?
I mean, I'm sorry, is bragging allowed on this podcast?
what a Kurg this guy is bragging. Eh?
We've got it.
Real Kurg brag there.
We've got one at least. Kurg. Kurg, it can mean, do we want to equate it to dick or fuck? I mean, both are good.
I think
Like, oh man, I just got Kurged. Are we going to put a tense onto it?
we can.
Onto it. That's a real Newfoundland thing. Boy, you got some sauce onto it?
That is a Newfoundland thing.
Yeah, onto it.
But let's do put a tense onto it, and also it's going to be genitalia, both male and female. Both male and female. We're not discriminating.
Love it.
Hey, can I see your Kurgs there, bud?
Or ma'am.
Man, because your Kurgs are hanging out of your pants there, man.
Kurgulto.
This is great.
Is it? I hope it is. I mean, the citizens will make it, and your future guests will
Kurg.
ultimately decide.
Would
what
it always have an exclamation point?
No, well,
No, because it can be different things.
No, I don't think of any other swear that has an automatic
I think
punctuation.
Wham.
That's true. Yes, that's true. The band Therapy, where are they these days? That's Sport Check with Tom Cochran. Ooh, weak callback.
I'm probably going to edit out the first part so the callback wouldn't exist.
If only you could do that in real life.
Oh my God. Okay, that's fun.
Mm-hmm. Well, do we need anything for, I mean, that's a negative thing, but what about a swear word for something that means like, good, like
Good.
a good thing?
Well, what in the old world? Give me some examples of that.
Cool, fresh, rad, bitchin'.
Bitchin'. These sweatpants are bitchin'.
Gnarly,
Gnarly.
deadly, wicked. And some of those are a little East Coasty. Yeah.
Sounds like you've seen the X Games.
Now, I'm not going to do a Mark Wahlberg impression. You
Oh,
don't need to
no,
hear
no.
that, okay?
No, this
or
is-
Ben Stiller, or any of those Boston guys. Ugh,
yeah.
we get it, okay? You can afford a building in Boston, and ergo, everyone thinks you're from there. Thanks. You didn't save Robin Williams.
Oh goodness. So we need a cool. We do need a cool slang.
Yeah.
Kurg is like your go-to for your swears, your balls and your breasts.
Oh, I got one. I just came to my head.
Yes,
I don't know
please.
what this means.
Please.
I'm just making this up. So we'll check the dictionaries again. Josh. Like this
Spelling.
is JOHSH.
JOH.
JOHS. Because if it was just JOSH, then it would be Josh.
I like Josh.
Josh. Okay, but we will not turn it into a verb. Oh, we could. Oh, we
You
could.
could.
Oh, I got it. We can.
Okay.
Last night I was out on the fucking Josh, man. Like I was on the drinking. So slang in another town would be I was out on the piss.
Yeah.
I was out on the town.
Or tying one off.
Out on the Josh.
Yeah.
I was having a Josh.
Yeah, I had a Josh last night.
Me and the lady were Joshing with my Kirk. You know, whatever works. You know.
I am such a fan of Josh.
Yeah.
It's so fun.
Do you like the spelling though? So that's
I do.
important. I mean, it can evolve, but the first one's important.
Official spelling for citizens: JOHSH.
It's amazing.
It's going to be in our spelling bees.
making this. This is a thing.
This is a real
It's actually
language.
a thing.
Josh.
Anyway, yeah.
Josh.
Wow, Josh. So let's use a couple other examples. My bachelor's degree is full of Kurg, but I think my future is Josh.
Perfect. Live, love, Josh.
The sale, when they closed the lids at Tillicum Mall,
Yeah.
it was a real kick in the Kurg, but I go to the one at Mayfair and everything's Josh.
Perfect. This is going to work out wonderfully.
I think so too.
Right?
I think it's going to be Josh.
You're playing pinball at the brewery.
Again today?
I'm taking you down there right away. I've had such a
Okay.
great time with you. We're going to have such a Josh night,
Oh man.
right?
We're going to...
Does Josh work if you take it too far? I guess at that point, you're just kind of burning down the water park. But if you drink too much, like,
Don't worry about it too much, man. Just blow smoke in the baby's face.
is that it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've got a couple of
Ooh, this is
actual
nice.
things.
This is really nice.
They're the beginning. I don't want to hold out too much hope.
for sure.
It could all go up our Kurg. But, oh yeah, Kurg could mean ass too, I guess.
It means it's all inclusive genitalia, butts, boobs.
We'll know in time. I
Yeah.
don't know when.
Language.
We'll know.
Well, you said yourself, language will evolve.
It does, and it should.
Is it the most democratic thing? Although this isn't democratic if we're pushing it on the citizens.
But that's
But it's up to them to use the tools.
That's where I've been coming from on this. So I would like to give it to the citizens. I like to give it to the citizens. Full stop. I would like to let the citizens decide how they wish to use it.
Yes.
And maybe see what your other guests say. Maybe this just dies a horrible death.
Yeah.
But I think it's something.
You are lucky in that I am in such a good mood today. After Chelsea brought education and art,
Great.
I'm feeling like there's a growth again. It was getting kind of dark there. People were talking about food. I feel very happy about this.
Yeah, well-
I'm writing up a document.
And what will it... I'm totally joshed about this.
Yeah, exactly. We've got probably at this juncture. That's another one.
Is it a
Is
slang?
juncture? a
Juncture is
slang?
not... Absolutely not. No.
What does juncture mean?
It's where the Josh meets the Kirk.
That is perfect. That is perfect.
That's pretty Josh.
So we've got four things. We've got burning down the water park, which means
You're making something unnecessarily complicated.
blowing smoke in a baby's face.
That's a super easy thing to do. Like, I met the love of my life. It was like blowing smoke in a baby's face.
That's poetic.
Yeah, it is.
That's going to be like the C'est la vie. Yeah. We've got Kurg.
Kurg. There's a pain in my Kurg. My car is such a Kurg. Oh my God, my Kurg is stuck inside this bottle. It was Josh for a while, but now,
Now it's kind of Kurged out.
yeah. Now the doctor is telling me I was trying to burn down the water park.
I think what's going to happen with this, and of course we've got Josh, which is that thing. So Josh going surfing this weekend. I think what's going to happen is evolution is going to happen. I think the citizens are going to get a hold of these,
Yes.
and start using them. And some are going to work in perfect situations. We'll find that sometimes it won't work,
Right.
And I'll report back to you. I'd love to have you on again.
Oh, you make it sound like I would love to be back here. Like,
I'd love to have you come back.
you ever see a senior citizen eat a slice of pizza and how bizarre that looks? Like they still haven't even nailed that down. I'd love to see where this language goes.
Yes.
Yeah. You know, they still haven't even mastered pizza. And I'm talking like 65 plus.
Yeah.
Watch someone at a mall eating a slice of pizza.
Like an older
It just
fella.
doesn't work. So they're not so I make fun of the of names. I could come back and talk about names. What are the names of these people?
That's one of your things.
So like the name Caden, I find a very odd name.
Yes.
But that's me. There's someone around here like 65.
Yeah.
They think Brad is a weird name or Justin. You know, they're not to terms with that. So I'd love to come back and
I
talk
would
about
love
that.
to have you come back and talk about names.
Yeah.
You met a couple fellas today. You would have met Jonas.
Oh yeah.
Jonas Tangle.
He is
Firecracker.
I think he might possibly be a bit of a Kurg.
Oh, confirmed Kurg.
He's a confirmed Kurg.
But we have a working relationship, and of course you met his friend Taylor Monday. They kind of hang out together.
Yeah, I never trust anyone whose first name is also a last name.
You can't.
No.
You absolutely cannot do that. Yeah.
Yeah. It's. I would say that Jonas does have it out for you a little bit.
Yeah, he does.
Not,
It's kind of a performance thing at this point.
oh, in what way?
Well, what I believe is happening is he doesn't know to the extent how much I'm spying on him and how much I know really what's going on.
I see.
Right. Ryan Steele invented the spy network, which was just for Jonas.
Right.
Jonas isn't aware of all the things I know about him. So yeah, he's a bit of a Kurg, but
Okay.
I have every right and every authority to remove him. But he's made quite a home for himself here.
Okay.
So, and I'm happy to see that.
Well, I tell you what. I'll try to err on the side of goodness.
Yes.
And you can't have the good without the bad. You know, you got to have a crack in the window so the light gets in, or some Leonard Cohen.
Right.
thing. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. You get a jar of mayonnaise. You still have to peel off the label to hide it from your friends.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
You go without the bad.
That's pretty relatable. Yeah.
That's not mayonnaise. That's paint. Yeah. So this has been really fun. So you've had the day to experience the city.
Yeah. So far, so good.
So far, so good. Do you want to hang around the rest of the day and
please.
get you back home tomorrow?
Oh, I would. I don't think you can really experience a city until you've actually at least slept in it for at least a night.
That's right.
Yeah.
I've got you set up in one of the subsidized housing.
Oh, I only like to live in subsidized housing. That's my favorite.
Yeah.
I never want to own my own home.
Yeah.
Never.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
I want a home built exclusively with load-bearing bad decisions. Oh, franchises. What are the franchises in this town? There's so much more to explore.
Yeah, there is. There's so much more to explore. We'll tie it off here where there's no franchises because I don't believe in corporation.
Oh, good.
So there's a lot coming down the pike. I've got some professionals coming in.
So much room for slang here. Yeah.
But we're going to start with slang.
Great.
And don't go above and beyond your means.
No way, man. Don't be a Kurg. Just
Yeah.
be Josh.
Yeah, exactly.
Blow smoke in the fucking baby's face.
Exactly. I like this guy, man.
Me too.
Yeah, you caught me on a good day, though.
Oh, I'm
Yeah,
honored. I'm
could have
really
been a
honored.
dick.
What is your name again? I forget.
This is the mayor speaking, and we're gonna go. We're Joshin? We're Joshin tonight.
Josh. We are on the Josh.
We're on the Josh right now.
We are on the Josh.
Yeah. Okay, Pat. You were such a great guest. Do you have any last things you want to say?
I wish the best for the citizens. I look forward to coming back. All I want to do is what people haven't done yet.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
That's the city's motto.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We just haven't done it yet,
That's right.
and you're building the puzzle with us.
And then I'm shaking it up and putting it back in the box
That's
until
right.
next Boxing Day.
That's right.
Yeah.
Well, you're welcome to come back anytime, and we're going to have him back, folks. Give it up for Pat Boyle. You guys have been a pleasure.
That's the citizenry.
Gotcha, citizens. How does that feel? No? Yes? Maybe? I don't know about that one. But it doesn't matter. The scribe is in place. I am building a document as we speak of what slang is going to be. And I really think this is what it's going to be like. We're not going to take too much on. We're not going to burn down the water park. But we are going to be cautious. I want my citizens to start using slang as much as possible. This isn't an order by any stretch of the imagination. The document will be on every dinner table in the housing. Keep that in mind. It's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. It's like blowing smoke in a baby's face. It's not going to be a big deal. Just try to use the language that was bestowed upon us. And we've got some big things coming up. We do have food coming. I'm not spoiling anything, but there's going to be food. You guys are going to be fine. You love the poutine. You say it's the best poutine because it's from Montreal. It's French poutine. It's the best. Stay well, citizens. I am your mayor.
La miras y te quejas que no se ve como la imaginabas, reclamas que no es perfecta, no se ve como la hace la vista. La miras y te quejas que no se ve como la imaginabas, reclamas que no es perfecta, no se ve como la hace la revista. Leave her alone, man. It's her own body. Nobody cares what you have to say. Your opinion on this is bullshit. Who cares what everyone looks like? Just mind your own business. And stop being such an ignorant. You fucking asshole. No miras y te quejas que no se ve como lo imaginabas, reclamas que no es perfecta, no se ve como la hace la revista. Miras y te quejas que no se ve como lo imaginabas, reclamas que no es perfecta, no se ve como la hace la revista. Leave her alone, man. It's wrong.